up, guys? It is Collin G here, the Swole Nurse, back at it with another video for you, and I have been MIA for a few days. There's a couple reasons for that. One is I have been really lazy with my YouTube and social media adventures because I've been on the grind and steady hard trying to work. So, you know, the lifting's been going pretty good. Today we're going to hit a heavy bench day. I got my programming right here. As you can see, we got it all mapped out for the next 10 weeks so we can make sure we stay on point. Today is going to be a heavy bench day of week 2 in a brand new 10-week series of the Cube program. We're going to start with a standard flat bench press, 5 sets of 2 at 240 pounds. Then we're going to move to a close grip bench press at 2 sets of 1 to 3 reps for 255 pounds. And then move on to the bench press with a pause 1 inch off of your chest, 2 sets, 4 to 6 reps at 225. And then we'll move over to pec flies, 3 to 4 sets of 10 to 20 reps. Tricep pushdowns, 3 to 4 sets of 10 to 20 reps. Bicep curls, 3 to 4 sets of 10 to 20 reps. And then last is push-ups with 3 to 4 sets of 10 to 20 reps. And last week, those push-ups, man, they killed me at the very end. So looking forward to that. And then abs, we got do some, but we always usually do some cable rope pull downs and some like sit-ups on the GHR or some other variation. Sometimes we lay flat on the bench and we do a leg extension followed by a hip thrust. Those are pretty killer. But yeah, we've been pretty busy in life. You know, you got to stay steady on the grind. Being self-employed is a little bit of a challenge from time to time. And self-employment is kind of a journey. It's not really a set railroad track of success. Self-employment and entrepreneurship kind of has its ups and downs and you know, that sort of thing. So right now we're kind of riding a little bit of a down wave, but that's okay. I went and applied for a nursing position to kind of help out with the holidays and stuff like that. We applied for an urgent care center that is opening up in town. And I'm pretty excited about that. You know, it's been about a year since I've been into nursing, and they're hiring 4 people for the job. So the interview went really well, and I imagine that I shouldn't have any trouble there. The ladies that I was interviewing with were very nice, very respectful, and very down to earth. So it was a good interview. We're going to go for flex time or PRN nursing job, which is essentially just as needed, or I can work as few hours as I really want or as many hours as I want. And that way it'll give us the flexibility, you know, throughout the holidays to make a little bit extra cash when we want to and kind of tone it down later on if need be. So I'm pretty excited about that. I get to work on my skills being in urgent care. I've always been a long-term care I consider psych, depending on the facility that you're in. You know, dealing with dementia and Alzheimer's is a very, very big challenge. And on top of that, some of the facilities in the lower income areas take whatever they can to stay afloat. So, you know, you run into all types of patient demographics that way. So anyways, I'm excited to get into urgent care, give it a little change of pace. I'm a little nervous and a little, you know, excited at the same time. Nervous in a good way, but just because it's something new. You always need to have stuff new in your life to continue to grow. Same way with bodybuilding, so and powerlifting to keep that steady progression in life. You know, I'm used to having 50 patients and working and setting into routine. However, during that long-term care, if you're not familiar with long-term care nursing, there is massive amounts of documentation and overall liability that run on the nurse because you are taking care of 50 patients or 25 patients sometimes to 1 nurse ratio. Now in a hospital setting, it's at the most that I've seen on an average is a 4 to 1 patient ratio, and that can be tough. a lot of times on nurses. So with long-term care nursing, the level of difficulty in the care that you provide isn't necessarily there. However, the frequency that you do it really is. So just to give a brief rundown of a normal day in a long-term care nursing facility, you'll get there at 8 o'clock or 7 o'clock in the morning. The first hour, you'll get your nurse's report. You'll write out your shift list there of things that you need to be done or things that hadn't been taken care of from the shift previously. You kind of get settled into your routine, and then an hour goes by and you jump right into your first med pass. Now normally that'll take an hour and a half to 2 hours, between an hour and 2 hours for that first med pass. Then after that you jump right into some doctors documentation. You jump right into orders and lab values and things of that nature that need to be taken care of. Then a team meeting will hit, that sort of thing will happen, and it'll follow up with care plans and documentation and things of that nature. And usually you get about an hour out of your day to do your charting at that point. Then you'll jump right into an afternoon med pass. That'll take another hour, and by this time it's already lunchtime. You'll take your hour-long break since it's a 12-hour shift. You'll run right into about another 30 to 45 minutes of documentation, followed by your wound treatment and things of that nature, which normally takes close to an hour to get all the wound care done for the day. And then you run right into another med pass for the afternoon. So at this point you've had about 2.5 hours to do charting for an entire 12-hour shift. A lot of time is taken over by the medication pass, and once that med pass is done, then you generally have an hour or so to finish up whatever you haven't done for the rest of the day. And that 12-hour shift goes by very fast, and people think, oh my god, you had 12 hours to do all of this work. Well, really, that's not the case. You know, you only have 3 set hours in there that's not direct patient care to actually get anything done other than pass medications, which is kind of a pain in the ass, but it's just what needs to be done. And that's on a perfect day. Now, when you throw in medical emergencies and you throw in some slightly invasive procedures, and you throw in maybe some teaching, and you throw in management wanting you to take care of or control of your CNAs or nursing assistants underneath you, and then you throw in maybe an admission that needs to be done, and some head-to-toe monthly skin assessments and things of that nature, that all gets thrown in there on top of it. So there's never really a set perfect day. So when the day shift nurse says to the night shift nurse, I didn't have time to get this done, it is not for a sense of being lazy. It is a true statement. You can only do so much in 12 hours when you only have 3 hours or so to actually do everything else but pass medications. It just is what it is. Now, and that's taken a few quote-unquote secret shortcuts along the way that no nurse will ever tell on top of that. If you were to do a perfect, absolute perfect job throughout the time, you wouldn't have but an hour throughout the day to do actual documentation. So it's really tough. So it's going to be an interesting change of pace. With urgent care, apparently you don't know if you're going to have 1 person in an hour or you're going to have 7 people in an hour. However, the level of care is completely different. You know, they're seen at the gate. They are intaked at the front desk, and they have their copay that they have to pay. Generally, you're not going to see too much of a crazy emergency just from time to time. However, it can get busy. You're the only nurse on staff. However, you're not dealing with medication passes, but you are doing slight assessments. The documentation level is far less in urgent care than it is through long-term care. And however, the thing that I'm most excited about is things. You can't be perfect nurse in long-term care. You can't be perfect nurse anywhere. However, in long-term care, you're always waiting for that phone to ring. When you leave at the end of the day, there's always that thought in the back of your mind that you might have missed something. So I'm excited for that to kind of end. Excited where the future holds. Hopefully I could get some more YouTube videos rolling around for you guys. I look forward to that. And yeah, just stay tuned with me, guys. I appreciate all my followers. I appreciate everything. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow those social media links down below. Share the video if you're a nurse and this can help somebody else out. But once again, this is Collin G, the Swole Nurse, and I will catch you guys later.